guesses have us falling down forever into your head. September comes and goes away. Memories of celebration. So what has become of us? Promises you made, second guesses have us falling forever into September comes and goes away. Memories of celebration. So what has become of us?
Bruh. Bruh. Hey traders, welcome to episode 1147. You're here, so thank you, appreciate it. And wow, nice stuff on Bitcoin rallying to higher prices. You know, last time we spoke, not by too much, but I mean at this point, right, any $100, $200 move up is like the highest high of the rally, where earlier around lunchtime, 1 p.m. Eastern, 12,050 was achieved. Very nice. But that is not an easy area to just break instantly, right? I mean, got the pullback there. Actually, technically got some sort of a bearish pin bar on some exchanges. Coinbase wasn't really, just a doji. And now we're we just Coinbase like shut down for like an hour and 40 minutes and came back, and not much really happened in between then, so I guess people are lucky. But we're starting to catch some bids again after going as low as 11,870 just a couple hours ago. So not bad, man. Bullish rectangle. What's happened? This has been here, right? It could have gone either way. It went up. So 100% measured move of just the structure, consolidation. It's just a way for one to size up. Just a local area on the chart, and it's hit it, and it's gone. I mean, traders have not settled up any higher than that measured move, but there's time left, right? Hour and 50 minutes till the daily close. You got to wonder where it will finish. And why is 11,091 here? It's been here forever, man. You know it, dude. Price action's correlated here. August 2nd, August 9th. Look at this, August 15th, September 1st, and now October 20th. But you got to go further back than this, and you got to see what it is. It's just where traders settled up August 7th. That's it. So you break that. I mean, yeah, you got the wicks and stuff, but eventually 12,200. We know what 12,200 is, chat, don't we? We have to go to the daily to see it. That's your next area of potential reversal, or where it could occur. And there's a reason for that. And again, daily, so you can see it. There it is, the mega XABCD bearish bat pattern, 12,181. That's it, man. That's where, the price would reverse if this pattern was to play out. And if it was overwhelmingly bullish, you could reverse there and just make a much higher low than your previous lows, and then run again to much higher levels. If this gets invalidated, you're talking about the only thing that could occur here would be a bearish crab, where a PCZ. I mean, this is what everyone would hope for, right? Everyone's smoking the hopium. God, let me click this, dude. Alright, I'm just getting trolled now. If this gets validated, right? I mean, the 1618 is right there. Where's right there? 14,131, 13,866. 13,000 is the target anyway on the monthly. That's the way it's been. Nothing changed. So it's either the bat or the crab. We're hoping for the crab. But remember, we were hoping. I mean, I was hoping for a bat. Just earlier this month, I posted this to patrons, and I literally said, here's some hopium for you to smoke if you want to participate in that kind of behavior. We were down at 10,656. It was just the XABCD. I tandemed this, just kind of. It's like, all right, how could this play out? Well, it was the 3-day chart, right? Clear, concise, textbook, hidden bullish divergence on that three-day time scale. Boom, right? That is what has gotten us to this point of 12,050. Thank you so much, hidden bullish divergence on the 3-day. Didn't know you had it in you. All right, so pull back. Here we are. Same PCZ, but you haven't touched it yet, right? You're still a couple $100 off. So that's how we could get a little push higher before any kind of reversal stuff happens. Okay. Very good. Go into the weekly again, just like we got stuff to talk about. We're going to look at charts. We're going to look at Snapchat. We're going to look at GM. We're going to look at Logitech. Man, they've been killing it, dude. Freaking Snapchat up over 20% after hours to crush their earnings. So, well, on the weekly, look what your bullish engulfing candle back testing the old resistance as support 3 weeks in a row has manifested into higher prices. Here's your weekly. And let's just say there's 5 days to go. So a lot of time left, too much time. But let's just say that Bitcoin did close today on the weekly at 11,500 or 11,959, where we are now. it would be the highest point where traders settled up since January 8th, 2018, that week. So again, too much time left. This could pull back throughout the week, of course. I'm just saying, right? We're now exceeding the highest point where traders settled up August 10th, when there was all this euphoria, when there were like 2,500 people watching the stream. We're at the same spot we were then. And you can see there's no hype anymore. It's just not the same. The environment is so different this time than it was last time. And I can tell you firsthand, and a lot of you in the audience would know and be like, dang, dude, that's crazy. Same prices and not as many people care this time. What do you think it is? Oh, man. Okay, so let's talk about really kind of before we get into stocks and stuff, continuing with the crypto stuff. Man, altcoins got hit so hard, technical damage done to some too, like Zcash broke critical support. Well, we're going to see if that can recover. But man, a lot of money came out of alts and went into Bitcoin. And you could see it clear as day. And what chart helped us see that? The Bitcoin.D, BTC.D. There it was. Inverse head and shoulders.
Be good, sir. Cheers.
Well, it's been there, I mean, you know, for a long time, for a while, and yeah, that piece of crap's down 4% today. Nearing the PCZ, yep, it is. I looked at it literally today. Hold on. Yeah, I guess we can look at it. It's Super S coin though. That's $10 minimum, you know, like for those men. Like what the heck? So look, you broke back above a critical ice line December 2018, May of 2019, the high of July of 2017. You're back above that. Now you're testing the low from May of 2017, testing the reversal point from September 2018, and so on. May of 2019. Look, kind of pivot point. February 21. You're at this area now. You break that, there could be a huge markup in price because based on history of this chart, every time you have broken the 61.68% area, like little zone, right? I mean, if you get overwhelming price action, you don't get upthrusts and failures, you go much, much higher in percentage market cap dominance on Bitcoin. So if you pay attention, you watch the streams, anytime we looked at this, it was, yeah, the momentum looked like it was shifting. There was all this divergence, convergence in the end, not just on the daily, but the 4 hour. There's a little double bottom there, and it's been making higher highs, higher lows ever since. And the altcoins taking a big beating today. And, you know, it's not just Bitcoin dominance going up. It's also total not really going very, very far at all, right? It rallied. It's just kind of a spinning top right now at 359 billion, all right? So doesn't look like much new money has entered the space today. It's just a lot of money in altcoins have just gone into Bitcoin. That's exactly what happened, based on looking at Bitcoin.D and total. All right? Just another argument for why S coins, they can be traded, but there's a lot of weird variables. Okay, man, think about it. Well, sometimes, you know, they pump when Bitcoin barely moves. They pump when Bitcoin pumps, but then a lot of times, say when Bitcoin pumps, they dump. When Bitcoin dumps, they dump. When Bitcoin does nothing, they dump. Right? It's just not fun variables, right, for that market, or just for this market, for the S coin market, dude. That's why they're S coins, yes. They have no fundamental backing. They are literally just tools to be traded, but unfortunately, they're not very efficient tools to trade. You can trade them. We'll try to set up trades on them, and sometimes they'll play out, but then definitely sometimes they will fail miserably, right? That happens, Larry. Part and parcel. That's why it's not just about the TA, right? That's one part of the three, the holy trinity that I'm trying to teach anyway. Technical analysis, okay, respect the TA, but also position sizing and risk management. You've got to do all three if you want to be successful. Is it even on TradingView? I guess. Sure, dude. Thanks for the 1803 super chat. Oh man, Australian dolomite. That thing looks like it's about to fall off a cliff. So it's like that Australian super chat, man. We losing value? I don't know. It all converts, I think, to US dollar in the end anyway. But that's something we can look at too. But okay, total Bitcoin dominance, Bitcoin itself. I guess. I mean, before we do these requests, I mean, let's get to the things that matter, right? The people were like, dang, dude, did you see Snapchat? No one was talking about Hex in chat. People were talking about Snap, which, look at this beautiful channel. Then we looked at it yesterday because earnings coming up, or a couple days ago. Beautiful channel. But then it's just like, price is right here after hours, $35, up 23%. Holy crap. Right? What's going on, man? Just a nice rally, just go in, making your highest highs since March of 2017, like all-time highs, near it, and then just gapping. That'd probably be a breakaway gap. All right, see the volume tomorrow, but yeah, that means it may not fill for a while, and then just go on a really crazy run, even after it's already gone on a crazy run, man. This was. Right, it was a downtrend since its IPO. Then it created a textbook, beautiful bullish cipher, and look what has happened after the bullish cipher. Kind of reminds me of Tezos back in the day, last year, 2019, when it created the same structure and just went in bonkers, just went out of this world, crazy. So cool stuff, man. Very, very cool stuff. All right, I mean, yeah, inverse head and shoulders ideas. Yep, sure, measured moves, probably way up here. 26183. Well, we could do the major fib extensions now. Good God. From the IPO price to the lowest low of all time, your 1272 just happens to be very close to where you're going to just open tomorrow, 3591. Potential reversal area. And you'd think, hey, we could backtest 2938. That's always a possibility, but with a gap up like this, and if there's high volume, then a breakaway gap, that means it won't fill for a long time. So after 3591 is 3948. After that's 4436, which is the golden mean ratio, the 1618. Wow. Lighten it up, dude. Speaking of lights, electricity, General Motors announced that they will be working on their own electric vehicle. Got a huge pump today because of that news-driven catalyst. So good that they ended up being the top gainer on the S&P 500. Let's go, dude.
Look here. Look, listen.
At the same time, today, New Jersey follows California's suit in banning gas car sales. So, yeah, I mean, that's probably spooking the energy, like not energy, but the oil side, right, of energy. So, but they had a good day. I think energy had some top gainers today, too. So, that's just a volatile market. So, if we just zoom out on GM, you can see GM fell below its all-time low back from, well, I mean, it's like, this chart only goes back to 2010. So I'm just saying, on this chart, it went beyond that all-time low and it's rallied and now could find its way back. You'd think eventually, especially that news that this is going to keep going, 39.50 would be your next target. I know there's all kinds of chop and stuff, but that's like the high. That was like the created high after it got listed on this, chart, whatever. 39.50. Okay. After that, 41.91, $42, and then above that is just your all-time highs at 46.57. So nice run, man. Snapchat, GM, and now Logitech that had top to bottom beat, raised guidance, came out with an amazing new keyboard last week. Also, in this quarter they they announced their partnership in the launch of their new gaming chair. They what was it, a partnership with Herman Miller. I love Herman Miller, man. That's what I use. So look at this. Look at the respect of the TA, though. The supply line that goes all the way back March 18th, right? July 22nd. And here it is. It just tested it on this mega gap up. Extremely high volume. Some of the highest volume you've seen since highest volume spike you've seen really since 2011 on Logitech today. So could be a breakaway gap $92, dude. I remember Logitech in the freaking 20s and 30s, man. Thing has gone nuts with a lot of other assets. So there you have it, man. Those are definitely the notable movers today. Except for altcoins, right? Okay, what's it doing? Bueller? Okay. So, alright. Just wanted to get those out of the way on the thumbnail. You know, it's pretty cool stuff. Oh, Google is getting, you know, they're going to court, right? Getting sued by the Department of Justice for unfair election meddling stuff, right? Choosing who to put, you know, on the algos. I mean, it's definitely a left-leaning algorithm for searching on Google, probably on YouTube. It's just everywhere, man, and it's all in bed with Twitter, right? Other companies, they're all doing it, the same thing, trying to influence elections themselves, while at the same time pointing at other sides, saying, "Oh, it's another country," when literally that got put to rest that wasn't the case, right? That the other side wasn't meddling, or another country was not meddling in the election. So anyway, we're not getting political. I know it's tempting with us being less than 2 weeks away from the general election, but we won't, man. We won't. Okay, so what was it? The scam hex you wanted to look at? It's not a scam, man. Okay. If it's on TradingView, I guess we can look at it. Yeah, there it is. Is it to US dollar? Yeah, I guess so. Wow, Hitbit. It looks pretty, I mean, my God, it actually looked pretty good. It actually looked like a beautiful ascending triangle, and it broke out. Why don't you ask about these things yesterday and be like, hey, man, there's like an ascending triangle going on maybe on Hex the US dollar. Not today. After it's up 13%. What are you doing, man? It's not, dude. Nah, like, come on. What are you doing? Sell wall, clear accumulation, you broke out, you've been back tested it, and you go. You break hook and goad. Strongest form of confirmation. So, cool thing, cool story, bro. But not a good time to be requesting it. At all. Just don't get it, man. So this is definitely an example of what I want you to do is identify these structures on your own before they break out and be like, hey man, and then tip me and be like, hey man, I've identified this. Is this something? And then we look into it all together and we're like, dang man, this could be a great opportunity. And then, oh, we could take entries on a trade, do trade setups, whatever. So, cool, dude. So it looks like there's a lot of upside. I mean, there's no resistance till, I guess, the scam wick, September 6th. They like, you know, whatever that is. So if we're just going to talk about measured moves, we can do that. Pretty bread and butter here, I would think. Probably almost there. I mean, it looks like it. You're getting there. Okay. 100% measured move for Hex is 5.9 tenths of 1 cent. I think I'm right there. 5.9 tenths of 1 cent. That's it, dude. Beautiful. Beautiful structure developed here. Getting respected. Sell wall accumulation. So, close, man. Close. Very close, Herbert. You're almost there.
Could you check out Apple? Got a position in at 115.87 and thinking about exiting at 127.50-ish.
Sure, lights. Thank you. for the 5 super chat. Apple has actually, it was so close to back testing the breakout neckline, but didn't. Bullish Harami, and then nothing, right? 127. Yeah, the target is, 100% measure move. The structure, it's a trade setup, and so it's just kind of like blah. It's all giving back the gains. But, it can happen on an everyday gap. You figure the gap would fill, you figure back test would happen, and then eventually you make a higher low and rally, and eventually hit 130, 132, 132.50, the gap fill. It all depends on the macro, man, right? The powers that be. This is a market driver, so it's almost like you say it all depends on itself. It almost depends on market participants who are controlling Apple. Do they feel the need to fill the gap? Or is the election coming up, and volatility is going to be too great, and it makes a much lower high than the previous high, and then we dump, and then we begin a correction that could last for weeks or months? You think that a 618, it's the top of the golden zone, the common retrace area, but we reverse there. So all that needs to happen now is we make a higher low than 112. That's kind of your red flag area. Once you make a lower high than your previous high on the 4-hour, done, son. Okay, you want nothing to do with it. Really, I think if you fall below the neckline, you're in trouble here. Okay, but it's good that you're out of it. Let's just see if Apple and the big market drivers can reverse, because they've all been doing it. It's not just Apple. It's Microsoft, it's Google, and it's Amazon. Okay, so it's up to the market participants, man. They want this to go higher and fill the gap and hit the target. The 886, the deep retrace. Okay. Okay, Apple done. I guess we can get, since we're on the stars, just go to the S&P 500 real quick. That kind of just doing what you think it could or would do, right? Eventually a back test of 33.86 to near the 50% retrace, and then it would run from there. You would think, right? 50% retrace, that's a bullish 5.0. And, maybe it's not perfectly valid here, but on the S&P futures, on the NASDAQ composite, on the Dow Jones, they all are similar. And that's it. Not many bids came in. The bids came in early, and then they just kind of got washed away methodically throughout the latter part of the session. And that might have been on, I think Mitch McConnell tweeted about the stimulus deal the deal not having stimulus checks for American people. So I don't know if market participants like that, or it's just we're in October and volatility is elevated, which it kind of is if you look at the VIX.
Thanks for always streaming, Smile.
What's up, Kai for Crypto? Thank you, man. Well, I'm drinking some Irwin coffee right now. Still the Ethiopia. Gets me freaking jacked. Makes my definitely makes me sweat. My underarms sweat, dude. Okay. So, yeah, man. Big crossroads. We got a, XABCD, but the good news is it was a lower low, and we know all about these 5.0s and uptrends. They can be amazing areas to re-enter or to add to a position for much lower prices, right? Opportunity of a lifetime down here on a lot of assets. Many assets. Okay. S&P, Dow Jones, man. And we can go back to crypto and look at some of the damage done. Same thing. XABCD 886, and you go to the futures, almost engulfed. And could go deeper, right? Eventually, you never hit the 100% retrace here on this one. So, oh yeah, dude, the solar ETF. That's right. We were looking at it was like a bull flag yesterday. It obviously wasn't a value trade or anything, but it was an insane tight, flat, high-end tight bull flag, and I think it broke out today, according to a patron. I think it's got a notification about it on a newsletter. VIX is somewhat elevated, yeah. So Dow Jones, it's only been back testing this high from August 11th, and it's held. But if it breaks it, I think you are probably going down to 27,572, and that would be probably what the S&P would be doing too at the same time. So
Bind playing out like you said. Thanks. Smiley face.
what's up, Ryan, man? Thanks for the 4.99 pounds super chat. Cheers, mate. Beyond Meat Connect. And never quite got to that, but I did do the 1618. Definitely got the 1618. I mean, that was at the bearish and golden candle at a golden mean ratio, at least the high to low. I mean, this is great though. This could be a wonderful cut with Handelman. All right, let me get rid of that. This is the lifespan. Not really, but look, beautiful rounding action. Okay, a higher high cut with handle could be a great opportunity. Let's just let this play out. Needs to come and back test the high from September of 2019, and maybe it needs to come test the high from June 17th of this year, right? That needs to be back tested just so market participants understand its validity as a support now, not a resistance, and that's maybe where a pivot could happen. And then again, bullish consolidation on a higher high coupled with Hendelman. Maybe you're handling right now, and it could go to higher prices. You would think that if it did handle and then ran, you'd be looking for a $241 run. You think about that being the structure or the height of the structure. I don't know. Like, it's also up there with the all-time highs from July 2019. Wow. Kind of perfectly confluent. So there you go, dude. What was it again? What was the ticker for the solar energy? Anyone remember? Dang, man. I'm trying to remember right now in my mind. There's so many tickers, right? I don't know, man. One of y'all will say it, I think. Dang, man. TAN. Yes, TAN. That was it. Solar. The breakout, man. Up 4.15%. Pure parabola going on. Out of this world, man. 4 hour, though. It's beautiful. Bull pole, bull flag. Discussed as early as yesterday with hidden bullish divergence. The breakout, man. There's no resistance, man, until like $91, like legit. So that would be definitely like measured move stuff, kind of, or a percentage amount of its measured move of the pole. So good stuff. Okay, I guess we can shift gears. This is what can happen, man. Hidden divergence, very, very powerful. That one's not too bad. It's still broken out of its downtrend, but you know, just
Show me that technical damage on Stinky Winky. Asking for Sephiroth's smiley face.
well, I mean, you know, it's still out, but made that lower high, bearish convergence, and then just dumped, and it's just right at this. Not even a very. It's not a strong support. I mean, it's $10 psychological support resistance, right?
Me game. Sneering face. Just saw something neat. 5 looks like inverse H and S are cup and handle on the daily. Am I just seeing things?
I don't know. Well, look, lights. Thank you, man. TS Elliott, man. Thanks for the 10 super chat. Calling out Sephiro's. So yeah, I mean, $10 was never really. It was just always psychological. So I mean, the stronger support would be like $8.89, the one that's actually real, like where it's been tested a multitude of times now as support. That's where it could be headed if it doesn't hold $10. But at the same time, if it holds $10, then it's still making a higher low than previous low. It could be just there could be a major potential three rising valleys going on, 2 peaks, 3 valleys. No idea where it's going to bottom at. And yeah, you're now making a lower low with lower levels of negative momentum. Could be working on classic bullish divergence, but man, if it goes much lower, it's going to be invalid. It's going to be bearish convergence. So still out, man. But just all you got to do, right? Just to take the thinking out of it. All you got to think about is if it breaks below $8.89, nothing. You want nothing to do with it, right? That's when it breaks and it's not making higher lows anymore. It's not showing forms of accumulation. So when you're not doing that, it's like, what do you want? You don't want nothing to do with it, okay? And we know that's a support, so it could very well run down there. And at the same time, it could backtest the downsloping resistance again as support. So that's it, man. Everything's good. Everything's technically safe, I think, until 889 is broken. Okay? Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, it doesn't matter. You name an altcoin, Fibonacci, doesn't matter, dude. They all got wrecked, and it's an inefficient market to trade in. This is just a testament to that. This should show you, and it's like, hey, man, learning experience. Wow, man. Altcoins got devastated when Bitcoin pumped. Altcoins get devastated when Bitcoin dumps. Altcoins can sometimes get devastated when Bitcoin's doing nothing. What the... Right? It's not very fun to have to like, well, sometimes it doesn't, though, but sometimes it does. Like, okay. Oh, I don't know. It looks like a shark. Like a 113% shark or almost that. Anyway, I don't know, dude. It's an ETF.
Sephiroth is comforted by your analysis. Thanks, man.
Feels good, man. Thanks, TSLA, dude, for the 5 super chat. The 15 super chat on the day. Well, it's just pure technicals, man. That's how it works, right? So I don't know exactly. Mutual funds, trusts. It's just, it looks like it's kind of running with the market. Kind of outperforming a little bit. Just hit 100% retrace from its all-time high. Pulling back, fill the gap. There's another gap down here. There's a lot of gaps. That's what happens sometimes with ETFs. They're just not as liquid. That's okay. So you think 50% retrace or a back test of $29, $30, right? This local high. You haven't tested that yet. Its validity. So you could. That might be, just look for a pivot. Look for divergence at just congestion areas. But if that doesn't hold, then you're coming back down to 27.43, where you've already tested that as support. So you think, hopefully, there you go, man. Just the local higher. That's where it could be headed to fill gaps and to test support, because there's nothing really else until $28 to 27.40. Okay. XABCD. It's maybe flagging too. Could just be a bull flag. I don't know, man. No volume, right? The volume's 230,000, so automatically, no thanks, dude. No thanks. If you're talking about trading it, it's not liquid enough. Look for what are the underlying assets? What's the number one asset inside of this? You know, mutual funds. I mean, you want to pick stocks, and those stocks trade. You know, it's like it's harder with index funds because there's just so many moving pieces,
Where's the
right?
entry on $TGTX Mitch?
You already missed it, right? Oh yeah, you certainly already missed it. We've been talking about this forever, dude. Right? The entry. The entry was like down here, man. Like it was like higher lows, same lows. You were a rectangle. I mean, this. Forget it, man. Forget it. I mean, you even kind of broke and back tested before going. I mean, maybe if $20 can hold, that might be an entry, I guess. But for now, nothing. There's no entry for TGTX. Too late, man. It was down here at the demand line before anyone cared about it. Consecutive levels of accumulation. Okay, well, it broke out the down sloping resistance, broke the horizontal line resistance, and now it's just been running, and now it's pulling back some, like the macro, and eventually 38.25 as a target's been that way for as long as this has been charted. What's up, caffeine? We already looked at 10, my god. Past the tardy sauce. Jeez. Oh my god, do we have a new deepfake? You kidding me, dude? Hold on, chat. Let's look. I've never seen this, so I'm gonna look at it with you, okay? He's gonna pump me up, dude. Deepfake of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Oh my god, man, it's so weird.
Bruh.
Wow. Good entertainment, man. Great job. Okay. So enough of this. So let's just go to Ethereum, I guess. You can start it with that because it wasn't too bad there, you know. Still completely fine. Still holding on to $366.83, right? What is that? Very critical. That's the highest high, that wick high from June 26, 2019. Right there, which is, you know, on the monthly and the weekly, the double bottoms neckline. So you need to stay above that if you want higher prices. And it's just not the same as Bitcoin, right? It made a lower high and sold off and it's just sitting there. Good news is, if it, you know, stays around this area, it could even come down. If it sees 354, it could very well show some really nice bullish divergence on the MACD, and then that could be a low risk entry for this major ascending triangle going on. So, not too bad, dude, on this one. And that's it, man. We've already analyzed this and charted it, and now it's just like, here's a new day, here's a couple new candles, and nothing's really changed, right? Besides, it did not take off like every single other altcoin besides Tron that just had some crazy pump. Yes, maybe bearish divergence on the 4-hour on Bitcoin if it's can't catch bids. I mean, showing bearish divergence at an area like this, and it's not just one spot, it's like an upsloping resistance too. Yeah, you could definitely develop bearish divergence. I mean, kind of the bearish pin bar that you just got on the 4-hour at that level could be how it goes. But it may not be a severe sell-off. It could just be a minor one before it goes higher later. Eventually, you think, yes, you're hitting sell walls, but you're just making higher lows than your previous lows every time. And eventually, there'll be too many owners of this asset, and then the sell orders will finally all fill with all the buy orders, and then it will just disappear, and then you'll see 416 from August 1st, and then above that, you know, 445, and then the measured move of the huge consolidation structure, 464. Cool. Man, what's up with these songs, dude, today? Just terrible. Fellas. Probably got another one. Oh my god, it really is a terrible song. You know what? I'm just going into my playlist. I'm just done with this. Good god. Alright, yeah, let me show you on Bitcoin what I'm talking about. A couple different ways to look at it. I really love you probably love this channel too, man. Alright? Okay, so look at this channel, man. All right, anchor point 1, 2, 3. You know, traders set it up here. It's kind of, it shows where you could get 4 touches, and that's the bottom. And then I just have you have one anchor up here, And look how perfect it is. Okay, on the top side, but also look at the heartline respect we get. Heartline respect on the bottom side, and then heartline respect on the top side. It's beautiful. And now where are we? We're just at the very freaking top of it, actually breaking out kind of right now. Okay, but you can't. It's hard to argue. I mean, and so like it could just get invalidated where we get more pumpage, but that's a definite bearish pin bar of some sort. Okay, reversal at what? That where traders set it up August 1st, August 10th of this year, right? And then a little bit higher on September 1st, right? Just price action. So that's where it pulled back. But look at this. It's like so bullish. I mean, it's not reversing. It tried. It went all the way down to 11,850. But look what's happened. It's ran all the way back up to 11,961. So bulls are still here, right? They've not said, okay, it's time to give up. Not enough demand yet. There's still demand. But I'm just telling you, right, with the horizontal line resistance, with the very, very good looking upsloping resistance you're trying to break, it could reverse here. It could. And then, if it does start reversing, well, it's like, oh, hey, look, there's a high and then a higher high with lower levels of positive momentum. Okay, impending price action versus the downside could be implied. But, dude, just as easily as that I'm saying this, the conditions are too bullish because Bitcoin is a momentum-driven asset class and does, when it runs much harder than people would think. It exceeds targets that everyone lays, right? Before it pulls back, it remains irrational longer than people can stay solvent. This positive momentum could just keep building into where we're at much higher prices, and we could still get bearish divergence at 12,200, right? So it's there. It could be developing. But man, it's tough, man. Bitcoin is definitely on the bullish side of momentum right now, and you know that. You just look at the chart, okay? Actually, the equilibrium level on the RSI is between 40 and 60, so anything in between 40 and 60 is neutral. 50 is the equilibrium level. Anything above 60 is bullish. Anything below 40 is bearish. Okay, we fell below, well, we can just look at it, but, weekly is really good for that kind of stuff. Go to just Coinbase. Just go, oops. Right, I mean, here's the thing, and then if you're uber bullish, right? You never look at this 53 to 54 every time, right? This is 50. Okay, so the great news is the RSI continues to build on the weekly, which is the time scale we would like to use to see the health of the more long term. Extremely good looking stuff on the weekly. This is exactly, it's like, hey man, if you could have anything you wanted for Bitcoin on the RSI on the weekly, what would you want? You'd be like 64. 65 because it's not overbought yet and it would have plenty of room to run. This is it, man. What we want. So we could eventually get overbought as F, go to 72, go to 84, 86, 90, 90 again, or even 80. Whatever, dude. This is great on the weekly. MACD, same thing. Look at that. Bullish convergence like crazy. That was it. That was the bear's attempt. 30% drawdown from your COVID crash lows to the highest high back in August or whatever. And now we have positive memo again is building. And we're above, clearly above, the Three Gorges Dam resistance that we've been struggling with ever since it was manufactured in February 2018, like multiple times for years now, you would say multiple years. And look at this, man. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. The stage is set on the weekly. So it could fail, right? It could like double top or make a slightly higher high and then dump again, fall back below 11,463 and bamboozle everyone. But I'm just telling you, on the weekly, the stage is set for an extremely high markup in price. Like, these are the conditions you're looking for. Like, it's like meteorology, man. It's like, hey, all the conditions are right for a tornado or a hurricane. But, right, I mean, it has to play out, We're going to see how it plays out. But, you know, just as it could fail here, the hurricane could get some wind shear, a variable comes up, and then it dumps, or it falls apart, right? I mean, it's the same thing, inexact. It's all about probabilities, not certainties. So, $700 watching, only 200 likes. Meh. I'm not that good, Brad. If I was, I wouldn't even have to ask for the likes, right? So I won't, I guess. Whatever. Okay, so good stuff, man. The weekly is great. It even, when it broke out, it even back tested what was once resistance as support. But it broke out technically last week on Sunday. Patrons were pinged the moment it closed. At everyone, Bitcoin has closed the weekly above 11,463. Lo and behold, 2 days later, we're almost at $12,000. We hit $12,000 today, around lunchtime. Beautiful. Moon Boy's coming soon. It's great, dude. It is nuts, man. That I had like 2,500 people watching at the same price that we're pretty much at right now, and now it's just like still no one cares. It's nuts, dude. When will they care again, man? How high do we have to go, dude? I don't know. I thought this was great. I thought the rectangle was good. It hit the target. Not only that, not only the rectangle, but also if you look at Bitcoin futures, what was achieved? What was achieved, man? The ascending triangle, 100% measured move. The bull pole bull flag broke out to the upside and is now testing 12,080, which is a major potential reversal area, just like spot price, man. But if you can break it for real, you could see 12,545. Yep, you definitely could, man. I might be off a little. Let me look at the daily. Is that all? I think it is off a little bit. Yeah, just know we're right here. But the thing is, man, okay, you have to understand what's happening on the Bitcoin futures chart, all right? Besides the local stuff here, right, the Rudy Poo from September 1st and August 7th, there's nothing until 12,505. You go to the daily, man, look left, history from January 2018, February 2018, March 2018, it's all been broken, man. Those major highs have been taken out. So you think 12,505 on futures, if you can just get through the local stuff, that's where you're headed. You break that, it's gonna, you know, it's still like you got the right here, 12,810, but then above that, man, it's like 14,100 and change. But really where you were here,
Mitch, am I reading bullish divergence on the yearly for DKNG? Already
the
winning
yearly,
back. Looking to reload. Rock on.
how that it could take 6 to 8 months for any kind of yearly chart divergence. I don't know, man. How could Donkey Kong even have, or DraftKings, how could it even have yearly divergence? Are you serious? The yearly? We can look at it for the memes. Christopher, thank you for the 10. We'll look, dude. Okay, thank you. So I think, man, just based on weekly stuff, you know, where this wicket, that's not a swing high. These are swing highs. They're as clear as day. There's just a wick here. I just don't know, like, if that even means crap. And it just really, I guess, lines up with the local stuff. All right. But great news, man. Great news here. Bitcoin futures, man. Bull pull, bull flag. Now, if you want to ask about a bull pull, bull flag measure move, we can just do it for the sake of education. Go right here where the green stops. And from the breakout, you're looking at, well, that would put you at the highest highs you've seen. I mean, it literally would put you at a higher high than the August 17th, 2020 high. It will put you at the highest high of the entire recovery, COVID recovery. Okay. So just another way to look at it. But the thing is, remember, you know, maybe it's a bull flag, but the thing, this ascending triangle's target's already hit, man. It got hit today. It was like 11,925 or something like that, all right? Great news. So this is what I'm talking about, though. If you start stalling at this 12,000 area, I've already got it plotted, you could be developing classic Class A bearish divergence here. You got to catch some bids and start building positive momentum again and get above 12,080. And then like it would be invalid and just keep rallying. And then at some point, you know, this is probably going to make a lower level than this previous level, but it might be at 12,505 or 12,685 before showing that real divergence, which it is very real right now. You can clearly see, but it's just kind of so early in the development that, right, the RSI could just start building again and then just go higher on higher prices. So great stuff though, man. Right, just for any trader that took heed of this ascending triangle, that gave such a clearer view of what could come for Bitcoin than the spot price that was just only showing us a neutral pattern, the symmetrical triangle. Thank you so much, Bitcoin futures, or traders, because that's all people do here is trade. All right. I don't know. I mean, I think people did take longs or something on just futures too, right? Some people do that. All right, that's it. What was it? Donkey Kong or DraftKings? Excuse me. Ooh, that's unfortunate, man. Could not break. Could not break, dude. Or I mean, sorry, it could not hold. Forgive me. This is where we were looking, man. If it could hold that, it could be a great support for a pivot. You didn't. You did not hold. And let's see. There's probably a demand line here. It could go further, right? Come down all the way to $38. Test demand line. You can't say there's any divergence right now. It's just correcting after a really nice run. Sorry, let me get rid of some of this. Fibonacci doesn't make sense anymore. You know, descending broadening wedge. It was a double top. I mean, it was just pennies away from hitting the 100% measured move of that pattern. And it broke out of the descending broadening wedge and mooned. And now it's on the other side of the fence, I like calling it, where momentum shifted. And it's just been getting a haircut. Though the negative momentum is waning, I'm sure it'll be neutral. It'll get a pivot at some point. Just gotta wonder when, right? I mean, let's just see how the price action correlates, because it's not just there at 44, 47. It's also here, but you're certainly below it, all of it, right? So if that's the case, you probably, the next target could be 38 bucks. You know, each one of these could play a role, but, and none of it's really strong support because of, right, the fact that it's, you know, this is the congestion area where you'd be looking for a pivot point at you know, someday. All right, look at that negative momentum building. Right, it was just tested today. What was once trying to be support is now resistance. Look at that dark shadows. What is, man? That's crazy looking hammer stuff. Inverted hammer today. I don't know. There's no edge. There's no edge on this. I'm just looking. So this is what happens, man. When there's not an edge for a trade, or there's not a trade to set up, you sit here and you're like, well, you got horizontal line supports, maybe you got upsloping supports. It's just like that's all you can do if there's not an edge for a trade. You know what we look for trades. So nothing I really see. Cool though. Some people could love it. I don't know. All right. It is very interesting how that is kind of the absolute unique situation that's going on today, and I think a little bit yesterday, where just altcoins are not catching bids. It's actually, I believe there's data and there's evidence that it is not new money that is going into Bitcoin that has pushed the price higher. It is based on the charts, based on the Bitcoin dominance chart, rising very fast, very like high, and also looking at the total market cap chart not going anywhere. That lets you know that it's just money coming out of altcoins and going directly into Bitcoin, not cash. And that's how Bitcoin's running to higher prices. right? We don't see it that often. Normally it's kind of like mixed, you know, you get, hey man, but some of these alts are getting hit really hard. Like Link's down 8+% today, Zcash down 7.74%, Tezo's down 6.5%. You know, these potential bullish reversal patterns at deep retrace areas. Just, it's not over yet, but just not what you want to see. What's up, Morgan? Sure. What's up, Logan?
Julia.
Oh man, I remember who said that back in the day. Guh. Oh yeah, SeaWorld. SeaWorld looks good, man. SeaWorld looks great. Are you trying to say SeaWorld or see the world? See, that's the problem, man. I don't know what you're trying to say. When me president, one day, they see. They see, man. Alright, could look at it a few ways. That's it? Okay. Okay. So we're back above a really critical ice line. September 2014, May 2015, April 2016, a low point December 2018, a high point of May 2020, and here we are, right? We're above it again. Very, very good, sneaky, quiet. I mean, this is almost cup with handle stuff, right? The cup, man, it's not pretty. It's just your Momo shifting stuff. It ended up with a double bottom, and then you handled, and now you're rallying. So, I mean, if you're just talking about a structure breakout, makes sense here. From that low point of the structure to the what could be considered a neckline, it just happens to be to Jesus support resistance. Wow, man, just putting these things together, creativity. I can give you a target and take you up to eventually maybe 2960, and you know, just higher consecutive higher lows, and it was to Fibonacci from our high to low, and that's near 70% retrace. You would think that's kind of X marks the spot. Lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, and now higher highs. Today, SeaWorld hit its highest price intraday, the highest price it had seen since March 4th. So highest highs of the entire recovery for SeaWorld, and could go higher. The fact that it is above a very critical ice line, and historically at this level, I mean, there's not too much history on this chart period, you know, 2013. So when you do break above it, look what can happen, right? December 2018, the only time we ever used this as support. I mean, I guess maybe around here in July 2018, but you know, this, look what it turned into. You know, the highest high, it went up to the high before COVID crash, which was your second all-time high. So when you stay above this long enough, there could be a markup in price, and it could take you to 2960. Okay, SeaWorld, good, not bad. Anything below 889, 890 on Link, man, that means when you break below that, you're no longer making higher lows. The market is no longer showing market participant accumulation. So when that happens, like, well, what's the point, dude? No one's accumulating this crap. So we could go to $5 again, okay, or go down to double bottom at its lowest point, which I think was in the fives, maybe like 560, you know, or something. So.
Hi Wayne, did you see the aquatic bat in SeaWorld?
I like bats. Or is it, it's like... bats! There you go. Thank you, Logan, man, with the 1888. Oh my god, dude.
You on Computer Center on the London Stock Exchange FTSE 100. Ticker CCC you have done before but struggle to find. Smiley face.
Sure. Thanks again, Logan, man. You're giving me flashbacks from what day was it? Like Friday? No, Yeah, it was Friday night, man. Give me flashbacks. Like, oh my god. Hey, I paid all the debt, man. All the 888s, all been paid, man. But the rule's still there, right? Where is it? I can't find it. London Stock, yeah. Computer Center. Is this it? I'm just nuts, dude. Just out of here. Out of here, man. Parabola. Oh, a stupid amount of daily triple MACD, triple RSI bearish divergence here. I mean, alright, it's just gone. Is this the one where there was the uptrend or something? Nah, it broke everything. Any way you try to look at it. A log scale. Oh, okay, great looking chart. Look at the weekly here. Sweet mother of God, man. Tech bubble. This thing's been around for a minute. 1566. Look at that. It's just gone. Weekly, it's kind of maybe diverted. It's a variable bot, 77. Bullish convergence on the MACD. Loves that 200-week moving average, right? But in linear scale, dude, all we could do maybe is Fibonacci. Oh, nearing the golden mean ratio at 2588. Yeah, okay, so here we go, dude. Here we go. I'm not sure there's much of a structure, like a wedge or anything. We could try to mess with it. This looks like a channel, right? Supply line, demand line, kind of locally. Yeah, dude, it's just a channel, upsloping channel. And this is it, man. So maybe thinking about it, right? If you got triple MACD, triple RSI, bearish divergence. I mean, not really. RSI is all over the place, man, here. But look, man, it's just so nice. A high, a higher high, and then a higher high. And each time, lower levels, positive momentum. It's about to go neutral to red again. So this is definitely... I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I'm just telling you this is definitely a reversal area up here, right? Gold mean ratio with that kind of divergence, that's where reversals occur, okay? But we've seen some assets in tech, which certainly this is a information technology services company that just pull apples and they just go on up to much higher prices and then reverse in the middle of nowhere. So it's just tough shorting in this market, man, because the tech sector is so bullish that even if it does reverse here, it could just make a much higher low and then pivot and then run again to much higher prices, dude. It's nuts, man, okay? Sometimes doing at the same time we could just see, try to mess with some new stuff here. We could look at it like ooh, I like the channel. So you're in the upper section of this parallel channel, right? Bouncing off the heart line of support. This would be the area, but again, you heard me, right? And remember what I always try to talk about, it's like, this is the Bulkowski thing, right?
Happy late photos to Dag Man. Can you look at BNT/BTC and BNT USDT? Time to buy soon maybe, or what you think? Thanks. 0.0011017 BTC.
Thank you for the Stag wishes, Boglu. And thank you for the Bitcoin contribution. Love Bitcoin contributions, man. If you can tip, man, if you feel like tipping, instead of fiat, just make it Bitcoin, man. Bitcoin's better than cash, dude. What we think. Okay, the technicals. That's what we're looking at. The technicals look on the most significant time scales. The 3-month, the monthly, and the weekly all look exceptional on Bitcoin. It's pretty undeniable. Like, like anyone who's done research on traditional technical analysis would tell you probably the same thing. Like, wow, man, all these things, these resistances are broken. The oscillators look fantastic. You know, your second highest settle up quarterly candle ever just 20 days ago. Oh, it's so good, man. I mean, just everything. Let's see. BNT. And an S-Coin. Bancor. Well, I mean, once it broke, dude, it was over. It was certainly over after it broke this demand line. Hold on a sec. What is going on? Oh, it's that lane 8 crap. Yeah, okay, hold on. So that's all I can tell you, man. I mean, it looks like Prime. I mean, that's what you look for, man, on Nike, right? The CEO stepped down when there was the same variables, except Nike had a really nice rising wedge, where CCC on the London Stock Exchange does not. So it was nuts, dude. So here's your BNT to USDT, and you're probably being like, hey, is that inverse head and shoulders? It's like, maybe it is, dude, but there's no real strong support looking left. It's a joke, right? It's just another joke loser coin with no fundamental backing besides pure speculation. Once that demand line broke, it was over, dude. It was done. Yeah, hidden divergence, and then it kept going, man. Just kept dumping, dude. Doesn't even matter at that point, right? It's just gross. This is the daily, and it's at its lowest point since October 6th. No bullish engulfing, negative momentum's that you're just building, you're not oversold, much room to continue to the downside. Now, I'm sure there's probably a little supply line or a channel we could make. Hey, it broke out, man. It broke its down sloping structure, a nice green candle, and then just whatever. It's doing literally the same thing as every other trash S coin on this market, doing the same thing, man. The S-Year, the S coin, the harder it's dumping. This piece of crap's down 15.53%. Great, dude. No one cares about Bancor. No one. That's it. How do I not like lane 8? Well, the auditory waves hit my eardrums, and it bothers me. I don't like it. It kind of agitates me and makes me wish it sounded a different way. And then I'll go to a song that I like. It's that simple, dude. And it's like, I tried lane 8, man. I tried. Listened to all this crap. It's just like, nope. Everything is nope. So that's it, dude. So I got nothing for you, dude. Nothing for you at all on this. Great. I'm sorry, dude. Thank you for the contribution. It's just like... Okay, got through the request, man, right? Sweet. So I guess we can go through a little bit more carnage on these altcoins. We can go to XLM, which hit a 38% retrace and no higher, the beginning of the golden zone. That is why I plot it there, because this is where assets will commonly retrace before reversing, and you started reversing here. But it's not too bad, down 5%. Still above the breakout of the 3 rising valleys. Nothing above the 200-day moving average. Nothing wrong here, dude. Technical damage, insignificant, but eventually it's got a big, oh my god, right? 8.9 cents, they could hit that and then go to 0, right? That's how insanely critical just above you is. Okay, September 2019, November 2019, February 2020. You didn't even make it in June, but if you test it, man, just know what can happen if you don't break it. Historically, you've been devastated, but at the same time, that area, if you can hold it, you can have insane rewards to the upside. So that's XLM, man. It's a trade setup. It's been slow going. It's not out of it yet, man. Not out of it yet at all. Okay. There's a little bit of bearish divergence there in the end on the MACD. Pulled back, but pretty strong. Still making higher lows on the 4 hour than your previous low, October 18th, just 2 days ago. So 8.9 cents, man. You have an alert set up on that because, man, that is the battleground, dude. That's the biggest battle right there. So, Crypto Don Juan, good to see you again, man. Yeah, Ryan, there's books recommended. You should join our Discord and go to the Educational Resources tab where many of those books are recommended with links there, but it's not affiliate marketing. It's just so you know, right? There's nothing in it. There's no catch. It's just like go with the Discord, Educational Resources tab, all that stuff's there. Okay, check it out. Speaking of Discord, join us. Very large community. And that's where you can get notified when I go live. That's where you can talk about trading, stocks, crypto, currencies, commodities, you name it. All right, join us. Oh yeah, someone asked about why. I think someone requested Wi-Fi. My God, dude, it's bad, dude. But yeah, 100%. Just the PCZ pattern completion zone 786, literally touching the 1272. X marks the spot. Price, exact price for Wi-Fi. $10,743. Okay. That's it. That's the pattern completion zone of this mega structure, pretty much the entire life of the structure. You never hit it October 8th. You didn't. And it's still correcting. It's still methodically meandering on down to that target. The confluence is uber strong, man. Uber strong. Positive momentum is upon you, right? You haven't seen positive momentum since September 15th, over 1 month. I think eventually it would turn around and you'd start seeing it again on the daily, and that might be how it happens. Okay. Yeah, I guess we can just go to gold. Oh, I've been live for an hour and 20 minutes, so it's good enough, right? Don't know what Bitcoin would have to do at this point. Gold looking good, man. Still looking good. Yep. All right, man. So 3 discernible valleys. Big correction. Been going on over 2 months now. And you're just making all these higher lows, butting up against a critical resistance, the most critical resistance in the history of gold. The 2011 all-time, I don't know, 1670 or whatever was the most critical. That was the neckline of that complex inverse head and shoulders. It took 6 years to develop. But I'm just talking about, here we are, right? And that has to be broken, dude. You've got to break 1920. If you do it, man, you could have a tremendous markup in price again, okay? It's not a conventional looking potential 3 rising valleys, but it's there, man. Creativity, right? I see it. It's been correcting for too long. It's in a mega stupid uptrend, okay? This is where you look for this stuff, man, in mega uptrends. Deep retraces. Okay? What am I drinking? Just coffee, man. What, unless you have something to say about it, right? Jesus. It's just Tuesday, man. the yearly on Bitcoin. Target's the same thing as the quarterly and monthly chart, I think, 13.8 or whatever. Cue the hyperinflation to invalidate the divergence. Let's go, dude. That's nuts, dude. Oh, watch the suit. Don't make me throw up, dude. Okay. That's cool if I want to think about that and be sober and vomit. Sure. What's up, Corn Pop? Corn Pop. Didn't Joe Biden beat Corn Pop, man? Out there in Pennsylvania? I heard things, dude. Okay, go Litecoin. It's okay, 47 bucks. Yeah, that's still fine, right? Still looking okay. Just didn't really take off. Could just spend some time here. Could be flagging, but as long as you keep making higher lows, everything's gonna work out on Litecoin. It's just taking its sweet time. Lowest risk entry with the trade setup was down here at 42 bucks. Yeah, you've been in it a while and it hasn't done much, but sometimes that's how it goes, man. You can't help that. I like the consecutive higher lows on Litecoin. Still, even after today's destruction, I would say this one's outperforming the whole altcoin sector. This and a couple others. This and, I mean, Ethereum's only down almost 2.8%. I just crossed the board. XRP is only down 0.79%. So that's great. Dude, I really don't even know who that is, Corn Pop, but I just heard things about it. It's just whatever. Wow, a decent stream today, man. Load across the markets. I mean, we can go back to the futures for a minute. We didn't even look at the futures today. Forgive me. Top left, S&P 500 up 0.42%. NASDAQ top right up 0.37%. Dow Jones bottom left up 0.38%. Bitcoin up 0.25%. This is the futures. Sitting currently at $12,000, about $60 away from spot. And we all know, if you've been paying attention, we all know exactly where we are. A very, very critical resistance, 11,981. You break it, 12,200s. That's also a very interesting area. You know that? The daily men. Because an 88% retrace on a colossal sized bearish bat. 12,181. But you think if you hit that, there could be price fluctuation. It could run you up to 12,300, where traders settled up their highest point August 17th of this year. Euphoria was at such a greater veracity. I don't know if that would work, that word. So anyway, potential reversal up at these levels, but it's not certain because the context here is the weekly, right? Yeah, this is here, but the weekly is stupid bullish. Because like you broke out, you spent time above the major breakout, historical breakout, then you dumped, then you back tested all this other stuff as support for like a month and a half, and then you've rallied, and now you're back out of all those resistance areas after a 30% correction from your COVID low to the August high, 30%, and now it's up again. It's going again. And then if you look at the GBTC chart, man, which I'm in, this is a trade setup, the most recent trade setup, man. This thing's up like 8%, 9% since the entry last week. And dude, a potential major 3 rising valleys You gotta love the third valley being the breakout back test. It's talking about June 2019, February 2020. Back tested it like the Jesus, bouncing off the 200-day moving average. And the 200-day simple moving average is now upsloping. So good, man. The stage is set for Bitcoin. It really is. The stage is set. But the question is, will we get the bids? We don't always do that, right? So. Another way, looking at this, we might have this Momo run, like, right, where it goes parabolic. It could go parabolic. It's working on it. I mean, you think that I just had 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 touches on this curved line tool. You know, you're at the resistance. Could always come back to test the parabola line, 11,450, and then go again, whatever. But this is how it starts, man. You see that we have acceleration of accumulation, where if I were to try to draw a straight line, then these lows would get away from that. They wouldn't even test it. So that's why you use this curved line tool to show that we could be starting a run. And momentum picks up on these assets, and that's why the acceleration of accumulation occurs, because more and more people will be like, what? That's on the news, CNBC's talking about it? Bitcoin could go to 20K? What? We broke all these critical resistances? What? Square bought it? MicroStrategies? You gotta be kidding me. All right, so the breakout, down some breakout, acceleration of accumulation. We'll see that last. All right. Thank you so much for the likes, love, support, contributions. I will be back sometime tomorrow. Until next time, respect the TA.
Adios, turd nuggets.